good morning to all of you again. It's always lovely coming back to Malaysia. Malaysia, is a favorite country to us. My son always asks me, "Mommy, when are we going to Malaysia again?" So he misses Malaysia very much. I'm so thankful that we have a gathering like this because for far too long the pandemic has kept us all at home. It's so nice to see the people that we see on Zoom in real life, in the flesh. And I know some of you might be familiar with Dr. Silverman, might have seen him on Zoom when he did the In Touch call with Asia, but now you get to see him in the flesh, in the real person. And don't worry, those of you who didn't get your numbers picked on the first lucky draw, there are still 2 more lucky draws, so we'll be sticking around. Okay? And it gives me great pleasure to introduce our speaker for today. Dr. David Silverman was a foot surgeon with his own surgery center, and he has since sold that practice. He now devotes his time to educate people worldwide about this breakthrough technology because he has seen firsthand how it is a gift to humanity. He looked into readouts 12 years ago because of his dad's severe prostate growth cell issue, and his dad is well and alive today. Dr. Silverman is on ASEA's Medical Professionals Board, and that is a volunteer position. He won the 2017 Mentor of the Year award with ASEA, and in 2020, he was the Business Builder of the Year. He has had over 20 years in international holistic health education. Dr. Silverman is from Washington, D.C., and he is married to Wendy with 3 grown-up children. But he doesn't look like he has 3 grown-up children. He always says he's 62, but he feels like 26, and I totally believe him. Let me tell you inside information. We landed at Subang Airport yesterday. Subang Airport, I love Subang Airport. It's so fast. I've never gone through customs, not even so fast in Singapore, where I am. 10 minutes and we cleared. And you know what? Then the custom officer says, come, I have to check your bag, right? And then they said, "Ma'am, can we open up your luggage?" And then they said, "You have something in there, right? 2 bottles." I said, yeah, drink. So I forgot that, drink can be a normal drink, but it can also mean, she said, "Liquor?" I said, no. So I said, "Okay, I'll open up, no problem." And then she looked at this blue bottle, right? So she says, "Well," I said, "Supplement." She took out her phone, as everybody does, and then she does a Google. And she said, "Oh, ocean water." Ocean water. I said, no, supplement. So, and with Dr. Silverman, we were looking at him, and then he was like, you okay? I'm like, yeah, I'm okay. And then we went out, and I looked at his, and I said, "You know what? This is the first time I've seen you in shorts, because usually he wears pants, like today." And I said, "You've got skinny legs." He says, "Yes, look at my legs, my thighs." And we said, "That leg is a 26-year-old leg." So let me welcome, and let's give a big round of applause to Dr. David Silverman, who really lives up to his 26-year-old image and hails from Washington.
Hi everybody, good morning. It's great to be here in KL again. Let me get my clicker here. Here we go. Raise your hand if I met you when I was here in November of last year. Was anybody here then, or are these all new people? Nobody was here in November of 2019, before COVID. Right? 1 person, 2, 3. Everybody's new. Wonderful. You're lucky you got me while I'm fresh. I came in from the United States. Left the United States on Tuesday, got to Singapore on Thursday. I have another 3 weeks in Asia, so the people in the Philippines are going to see an exhausted David Silverman. But how many people are new here that have never used this product before? Can I just get an idea? Have never, ever, ever used it? Raise your hand if you have used it and you've had an amazing experience with it. Okay, so most of the people here already know that this product works. And so whenever I speak to anyone, anywhere, I'm speaking to you, you know the product works, you probably want to understand a little bit more about it. And I'm not covering the business side of this because you can see the 6 reasons why people do take the time to look at this. So I'm going to be focusing on reasons 1, 2, 3, and 4 here. But I'm really speaking to the people that haven't experienced this yet. This is a breakthrough. To call it a product is not really the right thing to say. It would be like saying penicillin is a good product. You don't think of penicillin as a product. It's a breakthrough. It was a gift for humanity to discover that bread mold could save hundreds of millions of lives, right? People used to die from an infection, from a scratch on their arm, they could die then. This is not a pharmaceutical. It was almost bought by a pharmaceutical company. And if the pharmaceutical company had taken it and the patents and the intellectual property with this gift for humanity, they probably would have buried it and no one would know about it. Which means I wouldn't have known about it. And 12 years ago, I was introduced to this by my friend. And he was not a doctor. I'm a doctor. I don't practice anymore, foot surgery. But she brought it to me. And the first thing she said to me was, "I love you." And she looked very serious. And I really thought she was asking me to leave my wife. Her name is Debbie. We've been friends for a long time. But she looked very nervous when she looked at me. And does anybody, when you share this with people, when you bring it up, do you ever feel a little bit nervous when you start to talk to people about this? Because you don't know what the reaction is going to be. And yes, we build a business with this, but this is much bigger than a business. If you love somebody, if you meet somebody in the elevator, you tell them about it. It's like they listen and they don't. But when you tell someone you love, and they don't listen, at least to investigate this properly, not only is it painful to you that they don't trust you enough to investigate it, but you know that it could help them or someone that they love. And because they're not looking at it, somebody they know is probably going to not be on this earth in the next few years because they didn't take the time to look at this. So you're a little nervous because you don't know what they're going to say. But my dad had a very grave issue. Okay, now we don't talk about diagnostic terms. Thank you guys very, very much. Thank you. I'll put this up here. So we don't talk in diagnostic terms because this is not a medication, so we can't make medical claims. Everybody understands that, right? Turn my phone right off on my phone. But my dad had the kind of issue that's very scary. That no one wants to hear they have in any part of their body. They don't want to hear their father has it, their mother has it, their wife, their husband, their child, their dog. It could be in the prostate, it could be in the liver, it could be whatever. Well, my dad had a pretty bad issue, and so I took the time to look at this seriously for him, not for me. So my reason for looking at this, is this a light on here? Is there no light on here? Is there a pointer? I don't know if it points or not. It's okay. I don't have to have it. It's okay. It's okay. Don't worry about it. But I looked at it from my dad. I want to get to what I'm going to talk about here. I just want to tell you that everybody has their own story. Take the time to look at this seriously. If you are new, my responsibility here is to answer your questions. I do a very comprehensive explanation. I'm going to go into more science than most people want and less science than a lot of people want. So I'm not going to get real scientific here. Okay, I can give you resources for the doctors. Are there medical people in the room? There are medical people? I'll give you enough. I will tell you now, medical people, most people are like me. if they have a health issue or they love someone with a health issue, they don't really even care about the science. I only cared about two things with my father. Could it help my father, and what were the risks? Could it help my father, what were the risks? If you have a sleeping problem, could it help me with my problem, and what are the risks? There are no risks. I have a blood sugar problem. Could it help me with my problem? What are the risks? There are no risks. There are no risks with this. It's very different than a pharmaceutical company, and I'll show you what I'm going to cover here. My point is this. I investigated it for my father, saw some amazing things with him. He's 80, I'm 65, 62. I'm 62. I feel like I'm 26, but I'm 62. My dad's 84. And he's fine today. Once I saw the changes in him, I thought maybe it was a coincidence because he did other things as well for his problem. But I referred people to my friend. I didn't want to get involved with the business. Multi-level marketing. My friend told me it was a biotech company that chose word-of-mouth marketing to get it to the world. It's upon us to bring it to the world. Not drug representatives, not advertisements, not marketing, not ads in magazines. It's us. We share it with people. I said, I know multi-level marketing. I'm not interested. I've too many. Has anybody ever been hurt by a multi-level marketing company before? Yeah. Well, I have scars on my back. So I said, no. But everybody I referred to her, they kept coming back to me saying, thank you. So even if you don't want to get involved with the business side of this, once you know it's real, refer people to your friend. And you may be like me. Eventually, I said, I can't deny it. They kept coming back saying thank you. And then I flew to the head office of the company. The product is produced in an FDA-registered production facility. Going there next month. This bottle was produced there. FDA-registered production facility produced around the world. I wanted to see where it was made, but more importantly, I wanted to meet the people who started the company, the people who refused to sell it to the pharmaceutical company in 2007. That's when they refused. I had to feel the heart of the people. When I owned my own practice, my medical practice, I was in charge. Everybody worked for me. The ethics were me. I was in charge. When you are part of a multi-level marketing company, you don't own anything. You know, the good thing is you don't have to spend money, you don't have investments, you just share with people. But they could, if somebody above changed their mind about something or started to steal money, it hurt. So I had to meet them. Once I did, I met them. This was the end of 2011. I said, I'm doing this. And I knew that this was going to happen. We weren't even the company wasn't in Asia in 2011. They were in the US and Canada, but I could see it expanding around the world. So I got involved in the business side of it. Now I'm on the medical board. Well, let's see if this is, I'm not sure. Yeah. Oh, by the way, this is my wife, Wendy. And can you tell that I married a younger woman? Right? So this was taken just after I left here, just in November of 19 when I went back. This picture was taken. And yeah, she's younger because I'm 62 and she'll be 62 in May. So she's 6 months younger than me. So I'm going to talk about the real important benefits of this, but one of the benefits is what it does for skin cells. This is a cellular health product, and every part of your body is made up of cells. We've been married 34 years, and this was my previous life was this, foot surgery. We lived in Washington, D.C. area. Now we live in Florida in the wintertime. I go back and forth. Does anybody golf here? Anybody golfers? No golfers? A couple? I golf every day now. I never thought at 62 I'd be golfing every day. Doctors golf on Wednesdays, but I golf every day. But now I'm on the medical board of the company, which is a volunteer position. As Laura said, Ambassador Triple Diamond. This business is about finding out about this gift and sharing it with people. And they share it with people. It's like a ripple effect. You throw a rock in a pond, the ripples go out, even though the rock goes to the bottom, right? The ripples keep going out. My wife and I were in Bora Bora for 10 days. I didn't do anything, but the ripples kept going. Even though I'm the rock at the bottom of the pond in Bora Bora, the people I told are still sharing it with people. So I'm very, very passionate about this. I have a limited amount of time up here. So this is what I'm going to cover. And watch as these things come up, because I'm going to go through it very quickly. And I'm sorry, because I know English is probably not first language for some people here. I'm going to speak relatively quickly. But here's what I'm going to cover. What is a sea of redox? How does it work? Why is it made from salt and water? These are all questions people have. I'm sure you're looking, saying, yeah, I don't understand that. Is it really as safe as water, and why? Number 5 is probably, this thing is jumping too quick for me. Hold on, let me just do it quick. There we go. The blue one's pretty important. No matter what I say up here, no matter what I say, it's results that matter. People have to know it works for different reasons, right? And I'm going to show you how to do it very, very quickly. I'm literally going to show you how to do it quickly. 6, how to get the product for free. I'm really not covering that tonight, but I'll just take this about the business. Can you make money here? Absolutely. Can you help a lot of people? Absolutely. Can you make a lot of money? Yes. I like to show people that say, I can't afford that. I want it. God, I want it so bad. My father needs it. My child needs it. But it's like $130 US a month. And some people, it's like, I don't care. That it's liquid gold. I'll pay anything for it. A lot of people say, I don't have money to do that. I want to show people how to get the product for free. I don't want anybody to have to worry about not being able to afford it. And there's a way to get it for free. And it's simply by being a good human being and sharing it with people. I'm not talking about that today. I'm talking about the product. And generally we do a Q&A. I don't think we're going to have time for that today. So I do such a complete explanation, I think I'll cover most people's questions, okay? So here we go. It's going backwards. It's a very sensitive clicker. Okay. So we all see this happen to our grandparents, right? Anybody see it happen to their grandparents? Get older, decline? We see it happen to our parents. Has anybody seen it happening to themselves? I'm 62. I was seeing it happen to myself. I was introduced to this when I was 50. Okay, so here are the questions. When does that decline start? Why does it happen? And is there anything we can do about it? Would you agree that if someone could figure out how to slow that down and actually reverse some of the effects? Raise your hand if you think that would be an amazing thing. If someone could figure out how to slow that down. Everybody would like to slow that down. They don't really care when they're young, but you get to a point where you're like, oh gosh. Or you know, oh, my blood sugar's too high. I've got wrinkles. I've got a problem with my prostate. As we age, we decline. When would you say the decline starts? No, it's not working. All right, so it's at puberty. That's where we start to decline. And people say that's not true because at 20 years old, at 20, she's healthier than she is at 10. She's stronger, she's faster. But let me ask you a question. If she falls off her bike at 20 and breaks her leg and bangs her head and damages her face, will she heal faster at 20 or at 10? So can you see the decline started? She doesn't have diseases at 20, but she doesn't heal as quickly. Something happened at puberty. What happens if she falls off her bike at 50 and bangs her head and her face and breaks her leg? Bigger problem. She could die, probably not, but she will not heal as quickly. She could have problems with the anesthesia from that she has to have to fix her leg. Blood clots, different things. What happens if she falls off her bike at 85 years old? She's probably going to die. She falls off her bicycle, hits her head, breaks her leg. She's either going to die from the accident, or she'll die from the surgery. She'll die from blood clots. She can have effects from the anesthesia. She has dementia the rest of her life. So the decline really started at puberty. We just don't notice it. So why? The question is, why does it happen? Because something starts to decline in our bodies at puberty. Raise your hand if you've heard the term mitochondria. Raise your hand if you've heard it before. I just want to say, most people haven't heard of it. Most people don't care. But it's a very important part of our body. It's in our cells. And when we're children, about half of our dry body weight is made up of mitochondria. It's very interesting. It has its own DNA. It's a very interesting thing. But it's called the power plant of the cell because it produces the molecule that we burn for fuel. So when your car, what's the fuel you use in your car? Gasoline, right? Or electricity, but gasoline. Well, our body doesn't have gasoline. We burn what's called ATP. It's adenosine triphosphate, is what it is. Okay? So the mitochondria produces that, but we start going downhill at puberty. We produce less ATP. Children have a lot of energy. But that's not the reason why children heal so quick from ATP, because during the production of ATP, we also produce these little molecules in the blue circle called redox signaling molecules. Redox signaling molecules. What's in this blue bottle is what's in that circle. This is in all of us. If you're not taking this product right now, you have this in you. Your cells make it. But you made more when you were younger. Younger people heal faster. Younger people don't have heart attacks often. Young people don't have Parkinson's often. Young people don't have a lot of arthritis. They don't have a lot of diabetes. They don't have hot flashes. They don't have night sweats. They don't have prostate problems. Younger people, would you raise your hand if you agree? Younger people are generally healthier than older people, right? Older people take more medications because their doctors are trained. If you have a problem, here's the medication you take for that problem. If I'm thirsty all the time, and I'm urinating all the time, and I don't feel right, I go to the doctor. What do you think? Does anybody know what you think I might have? Right? They draw blood. Oh, Dr. Silverman, your blood glucose is 700. You have diabetes. Here's the prescription for metformin. Here's the prescription for insulin. Does anybody take medication for diabetes here, or know somebody that does? Okay. That's Western medicine's approach to this. Okay. Remember that. So, what we're doing with this product is we're raising our levels back up to what they were when we were younger. I'm going to explain what it does. Remember, I told the things I'm going to explain here. So, it's all going to come to that. I'm going to get through every one of those things. But as I keep coming back to this, to validating, people want to know it's real. Okay? Why do people want to know it's real? 3 major reasons. They want to know if it's worth the investment in their health or spending the money as a consumer. Number 2, they want to know it's real before they tell other people about it. Raise your hand if that was important to you. Did you want to know it was real before you called your friends? Okay. And the 3rd, for the entrepreneurs, the people that want to make money. And bottom line is, pretty much everybody wants to make money. Everybody wants more money, right? But the people who say, if this is real, it's patented, this intellectual property, it's a breakthrough, it is bigger than penicillin, and no one knows about it, I want to know about it before everybody else, right? So that's why people want to validate it. How do they validate it? Well, studies, it's fine, I'm going to go through one real quickly. But by far and away, it's personal validation, seeing it work. And I'm going to give you realistic expectations. The oral supplement, 1 to 90 days. 1 to 90 days. There's a 30-day money-back guarantee on the product. I can't get everybody in 30 days to say, wow, this is incredible. This is real. But I can get everybody, this is the gel version of it. Renew 28, same thing, but for the skin. It's marketed for wrinkles, it works. But there's something else it does. But I can get everyone who wants to know that it's real for any one of these 3 reasons. I can get them to know. And how long does that say on the bottom? 10 minutes. How long? 10 minutes. 10 minutes. It's very easy for someone to validate this. It's easier for them to not validate it, to say, I'm not even gonna take 10 minutes, forget it. I read on Google it's salt water. They walk away. Anybody ever have anybody walk away? Let me tell you a secret. They'll be back. If they saw what I'm going to suggest you do with this in 10 minutes, they'd be back, and a lot of them will be involved in joining your team to do this because it's so powerful. Okay, so I have to give credit to one person and his son, Vertus Norton, who founded this company and said no to the pharmaceutical buyout. He said, no, we're not going to sell it to you. And Vertus Norton was in charge of the international strategy of a $36 billion a year company, US, $36 billion a year, thank you. And very smart man. And he helped develop this to make money, but when the pharmaceutical company said, we'll buy it, shut down, he said, what about the people who are on this product? People like my dad. My dad wasn't on it yet, but there were people with serious issues. Oh, I know what that's for. This is the fun part. This is the fun part, guys. But they said, you shut down. And he said, what about the people who are on the product? They need it. You know what the pharmaceutical company said? We're buying the patents, we're buying the IP, we're buying everything, we're giving you a lot of money for this. Shut it down, they'll find something else. Pharmaceutical companies do a lot of good in this world. But there's a lot of things I feel that are pretty not right, honestly. He said no. Write down this site here, gettingyoungerclub.com. I recorded some videos of me explaining how this product works, very brief videos. I put a lot of interesting things in there, including a 5-minute tour of the FDA registered production facility where it's made. But that Genesis video is there. Everybody should watch it. Everybody should watch it. Okay. So, third-party validation. The company sends the product out to all kinds of third-party validating labs. I'll touch on one. This was a double-blind, placebo-controlled study showing that this turns genes back on that turn off as we age. I'll touch on that in a little bit. Here's how this product works. Everybody wants to know. What is true health? You know how many cells we're all made of? We're made of cells. Our bone is made of cells. Our skin is made of cells. My retina is made of cells. Your lung is made of cells. The lining of your blood vessel is cells. Everything in your body is made up of cells. 70 to 100 trillion cells. So true health is this. If you have healthy cells, you have healthy tissues, you have healthy organs, and you're healthy. The fact is, when our cells are healthy, we are healthy. Does that make sense? So when I go to the doctor and I'm thirsty and I'm urinating all the time and he says, I'm going to give you medicine, he's not doing or she's not doing anything to help my unhealthy cells in my pancreas. My pancreas is not producing enough insulin, and they can't do anything about that. So they give me medicine to lower my blood glucose. If I see spots when I'm looking around, and I go to the doctor and he looks in my eye and says, oh, you have macular degeneration, retina problem. Dr. Silverman, what do I do for that? Well, I know what I do, but if I said, what do I do for that? You know what they say? Who knows what they do for that problem? You get injections of steroids in your eyeball, a needle in your eye every month. That's all they can do. No one's addressing the unhealthy cells in my eye. But if I have healthy cells in my eye, I don't have macular degeneration. If I have healthy cells in my lung, I don't have asthma, I don't have cancer. If we have healthy cells, we are healthy. The way medicine works now, Western medicine, it doesn't deal with that. It doesn't deal with that. Right? So that's the premise of this. Children and younger people are healthier than older people. They don't take a lot of medications, but every decade of life we decline. So here's some examples. What's skin made up of? Cells. It's cells, right? This is 28 days using the product. Take pictures of your skin when you use this product. Some people respond quicker than others. These are more vibrant cells, and I'll show you the study proving this. Okay? Hold on, let me get to Okay, so let's get back to the mitochondria. I told you, how does it work? I'm not getting where I need to be. Okay. Okay, what do they do? Who wants to know what these little molecules do, these redox molecules? Okay. And why are changes in people so different? We're not going to have time for testimonials today. Generally, we bring people up, you hear somebody say, boy, I had this problem with my immune system, and they had me on steroids, and I got on this product, and this is what happened to me. I had a problem with my breathing, I was taking inhalers, and I took this product, and this is what happened to me. I had ringing in my ears for years, I started taking this product, this is what happened to me. I got blood sugar problems. You'll see all non-specific changes. When you take a medicine if you take metformin for diabetes, it's not going to affect your knee. It's not going to affect the ringing in your ear. Medications are specific for specific things. Why are the changes so non-specific? This is why. 3 known things about this product. 1, increases levels of our endogenous antioxidants. Most people don't care about this and not spending time. Those of you who know what glutathione is, you're like, okay, I get it. It's not glutathione, but it makes your body make more of it, and it converts the inactive form to the active form. It increases genetic expression, turns our genes back on. I'll talk about that in a minute. And here's what I want to talk about. This is what most people really, how they get it. Amplify signaling to our immune system. It's really amplifying and clarifying signaling. I'll give you an example. Because if our immune system can hear when we have a problem with our cells, when it says bad, what do I mean by bad? Bad could mean I fell off my bicycle and my cells were normal. Now I broke some bones. Now my cells, these are bad cells. It could be a cell is mutating. If a cell is mutating, if the immune system doesn't kill it, what does it become? Tumor, right? We all have cells mutating, but we don't all get cancer, do we? You know why we don't get cancer? Because our immune system is killing the cells, killing the bad cells and replacing them with good ones. But you do see more cancer as we get older. Every decade of life you see more. The other thing that makes cells go bad is more common. 70 to 100 trillion cells. Our cells don't live 90 years like we do. 70, 80, 90, 100 years. Our cells have a lifespan. Some last 3 days, some last 10 years. Bone cells last 7 to 10 years. But when they start to die, they must be replaced with good cells. If they're not replaced with good cells, then we have bad bones. If our cells are not replaced in our pancreas with good cells, then we have diabetes because they're not producing insulin, right? So the immune system's job is to go in and get rid of those bad cells. So here's a visual for you. Can I borrow you? You knew. Give Laura a hand, please. Diamond Laura. She knows what I'm going to do. This is a visual. So if my fists are healthy cells in my pancreas, they're producing insulin. My islet cells producing insulin. I don't have diabetes. If my cells in my retina are healthy, I'm not going blind, right? But if the cells when this cell starts to die, and this cell starts to die and not work, if they're not replaced with good ones, then I'm going to have a problem, right? Let's say it's pancreas, I'm going to have diabetes. But we all have cells dying, but the immune system's job is to come down. They're like millions of little ambulances waiting for an emergency call. What do you call? What number do you call here for an emergency? 999? 999? US 911. Well, same thing. You call 999? Every country's different. 999, I forget. 999, and if I see Susan fall down holding her chest, I'm going to pick up the number and I'm going to call, and what am I going to say? There's a woman here, she's lying on her back, she's holding her chest, I think she's having a what? Heart attack. And what are they going to ask me? Where are you? I don't even know where I am, I'd have to ask you, but I would tell them where I am, the address, and they're going to come. What if I don't have good signal? Who's coming? No one's coming. And Susan's just lying there. Bad cell. Who calls 999? The good cells that are around the cell, they detect, they're all communicating. This is all about signaling. And so the good cell calls for help. Help, help. Calling the immune system cells. The immune system cells come down, kills this cell. It's called cell suicide. Tells it to apoptosis, kills it, engulfs it, dissolves it with acid, and the debris gets carried away in the lymph system and urinated out. But the good cell replicates itself. Right? And that's what's happening in all of us. It just happens faster in children. Why does it happen faster in children? Because redox molecules amplify signal. Can you say that? Redox molecules what? Amplify signal. So when I'm a child and I fall off my bicycle, help, help, help. The immune system gets rid of it, boom, done. I'm 62. Without drinking this, the signal would be help, help, help. But I drink this. Help, help. So my body is rejuvenating itself constantly. This product doesn't heal anything. You know, my phone wouldn't heal Susan from her heart attack. But the phone was used to call the people that were going to come to save her life. Does that make sense? Yes. And that's why it is so non-specific. The immune system doesn't care if it's a liver cell, kidney cell, retina cell, anything. It's going to come. They don't care if it's a woman, a man, person fell out of a tree, person shot themselves. The emergency is coming because the signal went through. That's the beauty of this product. Thank you, Laura. Thank you. Okay? All right. So I can't get into every aspect forever because I've only got a few minutes here, but that's basically what this product does. Okay, so let's get to what it is. So this is a visual. This is the cell. We're going to get to why it's made from salt and water because everybody wants to know that. You go online, people say, oh, it's just salt water. Come on, it's a 13-year-old company that's done over $1 billion in sales. They keep expanding. Do you think you could fool people for 13 years selling salt and water? I mean, come on. Here, this is the answer. So our cells are filled with salt and water, sodium chloride and water. Inside the cell, we have the mitochondria floating in there, making ATP and producing these little reductants and oxidants. That's where the term redox comes from, reductant and oxidant. How many people knew, raise your hand if you knew that we're filled with saline before ASEA? How many people knew that? Most people don't, but it's true. For people that think I'm making that up, 3 things. When you cry, what do your tears taste like? Why? When you sweat, what does your sweat taste like? Why? When you go to the hospital and you get an IV, do they give you water? Yep. They give you saline, because that's what our cells are filled with, but we just don't think about it. People don't think about that. And everybody you know on this planet doesn't know what redox signaling molecules are either. So people are just ignorant about things. I don't know 99.9% of things in the world. I do know what I know. I know what this is. And I knew that our bodies are filled with saline probably just because I'm a doctor. But that's what it is. So the people say, is it salt water? No, but it was salt water. This is it, okay? Real quick. Saline is sodium chloride and water. Okay, gotcha. I got 10 minutes left. Oh my God. All right, we're going to go fast. This is what happens in the mitochondria. Watch. The molecules get split apart. You're separated. Now you got sodium chloride, hydrogen, and oxygen. And those can be used as building blocks to create new molecules that are completely different than salt and water. Okay? As an example, we'll just cover one of them. Oops. So, oh God, this is so fast. I can't. Sorry. I gotta do it very slowly or it's gonna. Okay, here's one. H2O2. Anybody know what that is? Hydrogen peroxide. Is hydrogen peroxide water? No, because water is H2O. You add one more oxygen and it's a completely different molecule. Did you know that H2O2, hydrogen peroxide, is a redox molecule? It is. You can't go drink your hydrogen peroxide at home, but it is. Okay, so it's different. So if I wrote a word on the wall here and I said, okay, I'm going to write the word there. Everybody look at that, and in 5 seconds, look at that word and make as many words as you can from those letters. Ready? So just in your mind, think of it. And I'll bet you, some of you came up with these words. He, her, thee. And what you did was you took the elements of that word, right, and you created completely different words. It's the same thing with this. So it was salt water, but it's not anymore. Safety. Safe as water. Safe as water. Different than medications. I wrote prescriptions every day for many years. And they did good, but there was always risk. You know what the risk was? Someone could be allergic to it. This is safer than food. You cannot be allergic to this. It's impossible to be allergic to it. Not a person in this world can be allergic to this. When I say it's safer than food, people say, that's not safe. It's food safe. Really? If I gave a bag of peanuts to 1,000 people, a certain number of them would die because their throat would close up. They're allergic to it. Can't be allergic to this. Okay, so you don't have to worry about that. 2, drugs interact with other drugs. Medicines can interact. You take one medicine for your arthritis, now you burn a hole in your stomach. Now you're taking a medicine for that. Those 2 medicines are now mixing in every cell of your body. Now you're not sleeping well. You take another pill for sleeping. And now you got all these medicines interacting. Doesn't interact with anything because it's in you. And lastly, there's no toxicity. If you take too much of a medicine, you'll overdose. Every medicine, if you take too much, your liver can't metabolize it fast enough. and you will overdose. Every medicine has an LD50. Who knows what that is? Anybody know what that means? Well, now you do. It's lethal dose 50. Every medicine has one. And the FDA in the US requires pharmaceutical companies to tell them what it is before they do trials on humans. And it means at what dosage, let's say it's Pfizer is trying to approve a drug, at what dosage Pfizer did that medicine kill 50% of the rats? Milligrams per kilogram. Every medicine has one. It's not, you won't just overdose on heroin, you'll overdose on aspirin, you'll overdose on Tylenol, you'll overdose on Prozac, you'll overdose on Viagra. Well, I don't want to know what happens when you overdose on Viagra. That could be a mess. But this has no, because if you drink too much of it, your body turns the excess back into saline. So I drink about 2 bottles a week. I drink 240 ml a day. 240 ml a day. But for about 5 days before I came here, I drank the whole liter every day. Because I got 14 flights. I can't afford to be sick doing this. A lot of people are depending on me. It's like I just do everything I can to stay well. But the point is, there's no limit. If you're not seeing results at 120 ml a day, you should go to 240 ml a day. If you're not seeing results at 240, go a little bit more. Everybody's different. Most people drink between 1 to 2 bottles a week, okay? All right, so study, real quick, because I don't have time to go through this. I'll just show it to you.
You have time.
Okay.
Take all the time you need.
Yeah. I'm getting signs in the back. Okay.
Wrong signal.
All right, wrong signal. Amplify the signal. All right, so Torrey Labs is a genetic testing lab. They do all kinds of genetic testing for industries around the world. It's in the United States. I think they just got bought, actually. But they wanted to see, our genes turn off as we age. When I say turn off, genetic expression. Genetic expression is our genes tell our cells which proteins to produce. So my retina cells have to produce different proteins for my retina to function than my liver. All the cells are different. But the only reason they know what to do is the blueprint that's in our genes, our DNA. And it's called genetic expression. And as we age, it goes down. Just naturally goes down, but also because environmental factors, our genes start to turn off. And really, they're like shields when we're young. They're protecting us because the proteins are being produced. But when it goes down, then we're not producing the right proteins in our retina or lung or whatever. And they wanted to see, would this turn genes back on? 8-week, double-blind, placebo-controlled study. 8-week, double-blind, placebo-controlled study, very sophisticated. And they drank 240 ml, 8 ounces a day. They didn't do the 120, they went right to the 8 ounces to 240. And what they found was every single person who drank a SIA, every one had very important genes that are mapped. Science knows these are not genes that control eye color, okay? These are genes that control important functions that I'm going to show you here. And the average age was 35 years old. Can you see how many people had a change that drank the placebo? None. Nobody's genes turned on who drank salt water. And it wasn't just salt water, it was the exact mixture of saline that they used to make this. So they took what they used to make this as the placebo group. So when people say this is salt water, they just have to look at the study. I'm going to show you that you can prove it yourself it's not salt water. This is just so you know what's happening. These genes that they know turn back on, when you look what comes up here, I want you to think about 2 things. Who do you love that has that problem? Or maybe who did you lose that had that problem, unfortunately? And also, do you see these problems more commonly in older people or younger people when this pops up? Okay? So look at look at the light blue one. Vascular health. Do you see a lot of heart attacks and peripheral vascular disease in younger people or older people? Okay. How about digestive problems? Younger people or older people? How about hormone problems? How about inflammation? Just think about joints. Older people. How about the innate immune system? So, we have 2 immune systems. Every doctor knows this, but most people don't. There are 2. One of them is called the innate immune system. You know what that deals with? Infections, bacteria, viruses. We can't make any claims, but just think about this. This turns the genes back on that control the innate immune system. Who was more at risk in the past 3 years? Younger people with this or older people? You ask a doctor why, most doctors will say because younger people have stronger immune systems. And you ask them why, most of them won't know. Because I really didn't know as a doctor, because that's not relevant to what I was doing. But their genes haven't turned off yet. This turns the genes back on. Okay, so there's a lot of science to this. And then they said, well, are these changes permanent? So what they did was, 8 weeks later, they drew again, did the blood to see what would happen, and the genes turned back off. So if you want the benefit of the product, you drink the product. If you want to keep getting the benefit, you keep drinking the product. And I'm not talking about the business opportunity, but those of you who are interested in business opportunity, that's where the passive income comes in, so you can enjoy life. Because once you have someone on this product, they keep getting it, and every time they get it, the company pays you, because they don't pay drug reps, they pay you. We're the people that share this. Okay, so again, now this is the most important thing. This is the fun part. I couldn't wait to do this. Personal validating experiences. Remember how long I said it takes to do the drink? 1 to how many days? 90% of people in 90 days know it works. I'll give you realistic expectations. But the drink the gel is different. So how do you validate it? Remember the gel? The gel is the drink, but in a gel form. There's a clay in it and a buffer to bring the pH down, but it's the same thing. But if you shake it up, it's a clear gel. Dermatest, the lab in Germany, this is what they found it does for wrinkles and skin texture. It works. 28-day trial, it works. Okay? That's what it's marketed for technically, because it's not marketed as a it does this, just like I showed you. I'll show you another one. So you keep taking pictures, you validate it for yourself. Photos aren't going to lie. And I don't say just take pictures of wrinkles, and I can't say it works for scars, I can't say it works for acne, I can't say it works for psoriasis, I can't say it works for any medical issue. I don't say that. But what I can say is, it's non-toxic, it can't hurt you, it comes with a money-back guarantee. Take pictures. Take pictures of everything, right? And you prove it to yourself. This is about proving it to yourself. Now, that's not going to take 10 minutes. I'm going to show you the 10-minute thing in a minute. This is the president's wife, actually. Not the president of the United States, the president of ASEA. Her name is Gloria Aldrich. She's Filipino. Take pictures. Take pictures of scars. Take pictures of everything. Women reported that their cellulite got better. So the company sent the product back to Dermatest, and they proved it works. It works for cellulite. So prove it to yourself with the gel. Okay, I'm going to come back to the gel in a minute. Right now, I'm going to go to the drink. Here's how you properly take the drink. Here's how you properly take the drink, properly, and proper expectations. Because some people have an amazing result the first day, and they run around saying, here, take a drink. How do you feel? And they're like, I don't feel anything. Well, I drank it for a week, and I'm sleeping like a baby. Oh, I don't sleep well. Here, take a bottle. I drank a bottle. I drank it after a week. I'm still sleeping bad. And they think it doesn't work. Proper expectations. Okay, here's what you do. Before you start, you baseline everything in your health before you start. So if your problem, it's hard to read it, I'm sure, but if your problem is blood sugar, at day 0, what's your blood sugar in the morning, normally? Maybe you have ringing in your ears. How bad is it? You're rating it. Weight is today, before you start touching this stuff. You stay on your medications, you stay on your herbs, you stay on your acupuncture, you stay on the yoga, you stay on diet. Don't change anything except for the drink and the gel. That's all you're going to do. So you're going to see the comparison, 7 days, 30 days, 90 days. Energy, sleep, mood, how many times you get up to go to the bathroom at night if that's a problem. Do you have memory problems? Do you have mood problems? Do you have neurological problems, digestive problems, breathing problems? Are you overweight? What's your weight? Sex drive. I have a lot of women that say, stop giving my husband this stuff. I don't want him to have any more of this. Stress. Does anybody in this room have any stress? You know what the top 3 reasons for stress are? Relationships, health, and money. And you know what the biggest one is by far? Money. And I'm here talking about the product. I love talking about the business. I'm not talking about that today, but it's nice that we have a way to help people with everything. Athletic performance. Do we have any athletes in the room? athletic performance goes way up. But I'm not an athlete. I go to the gym 3 times a week for 20 minutes. That's what I do. I don't even run. I just lift a little bit of weights. But I'm 62 and I feel like I'm 26 years old. And I don't take any medications. So I'm not an athlete, but I love that. I love that. A lot of times I golf two rounds in 3 hours by myself, and I'm flying around. And then take pictures of your skin. Now, what do? You drink a bottle the first week, drink a lot of water during the day because you're going to detox. Drink a lot of water, and it comes with a little 60 ml cup. 1 cup in the morning, 1 cup at night, but hold it in your mouth for 30 to 60 seconds. It gets in through diffusion. It doesn't get in through digestion into your bloodstream. As soon as you put it in your mouth, it's going into your bloodstream. But hold it. You don't have to do these things. I'm just telling you it's the best way to do it. I just want to tell people the best way to do it. After 1 week, you went through about 1 bottle. You reassess expectations. 15% of people are happy. 15% of people are like, my God, to my friend, thank you for bringing this to me. 85% of people, you know what they say? And the 85% of people should temporarily double it to what we call in the US the magic 8, which is 8 ounces a day instead of 4, which is, you call it here the magic 240. And they stay there until they see their changes. Something changes. I'm not saying I can't say a cure is heals treats because we're not allowed to. You're looking for changes that are obvious changes. 15% here, if you double it to 240, it's about 60% there, and it's 90% there. 90 by day 90, see changes, and they're in love with the person who brought it to them. All right, that's realistic. Realistic. Okay. Now, the gel is different. The gel, the day you get your product, you have a 30-day money-back guarantee. You don't need 90 days to do this. You just need the gel. And we're going to show you something really cool right now. So, again, and the gel is marketed for what? Wrinkles. Let me ask a question here. If you are a new person here and you're brand new, could you stand up just for a second, please? Never used Redox. Never used it before. I just want to see you. Could you stand up? Just please. We're gonna give you a big round of applause, but I'm gonna do something else too. Just please stand up if you're new. Give them a big round of applause. Please. Remain standing. Remain standing. If you're new, please don't be shy. Please. I promise. I promise. That's all the new people that are here. Okay. Now I'm gonna ask you a question. I want you to remain standing if you know somebody, could be you or it could be somebody else, that has something in their body that hurts them. Their back, their knee, their foot, their hand, their neck. Just remain standing if you know or love somebody that has something that hurts them. Remain standing. Nobody sat down. Okay? Now I want you to remain standing if that person, if you ever have something that hurts you. If you never have anything that hurts you, sit down. But if sometimes you do, remain standing. Everybody stood up still. Now, last one. I want you to remain standing if there's something in your body right this second that you feel that hurts you. Or it may not hurt, maybe your knees bother you, but you don't feel it, but you cannot do this. You can't do this without it hurting. Remain standing if something in your body hurts you now. Otherwise, sit down. Okay. Remain standing if something hurts you. Remain standing if something hurts. Everybody sat down.
Okay, we still have.
I want you to come. I want to get
3, 4, 5, 6.
The ones that were standing, now everybody's out. If you have something that hurts you, I'm telling you, it'd be good for you to stand up right now. Back up. Again, the ones who are standing. Okay, the ones who are standing, please come up here, please. Please. Come on up. You're going to be happy. Everybody's going to be happy. How many we got?
6, I think.
If you're new and something hurts you, okay, that's it. Okay, well, we got enough. We're good. Okay, let me tell you what we're going to do. Okay. All right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. All right, 7, 8, 9, 10. All right, stop. 10. It's got to stop at 10. Stop at 10. This is where it can get a little long, but this is important. This is really, really, really important. No one really believes the power of this product until they see it themselves, right? And this is so easy for anybody that says, I'm going to prove that, I want to know if this is real for whatever their reason is. Or they say, I think you're a liar, I'm going to prove you're wrong. I know what's going to happen. Okay, so here's what we do. If you look at the screen, you all can turn around at the screen so you can see what we're going to do here. Can you see that screen? Okay, now the gel is marketed for things that wrinkles, but what you're going to do is this. See that picture of things that hurt? I'm going to ask each of you to do a 10-minute test. We're going to give you a sample. And what you're going to do is you're going to rate your discomfort level on a scale of 1 to 10. See if it's, there it is. 1 to 10. You're going to say where you hurt real quickly, not what it felt like yesterday, but right now, what the level of discomfort is on a 1 to 10 scale. You're going to apply the gel 3 times in 5 minutes, and in 10 minutes we're going to have you come back up and you're going to tell us honestly how you feel, and Laura's going to write it down. Everybody can do this with the people you know. I'm just doing it with these people here. I kind of know what I'm going to see happen, but you all look at me now, look at me, everybody. Do you promise? Raise your hand. You promise you're going to be honest. If you're not better, you'll say you're not better, right? Okay, here's what we did. Where's the other microphone? Can we go down? Laura, you want to do this part?
Yes,
okay.
I will. Could you tell us your name, the body part that hurts, and the number that you give to the discomfort that you're feeling? So 0 is no pain, 10 is I'm dying.
Yeah.
So give me a number, your name, the body part that hurts, and the number. Okay?
My name Muhammad Shahizal. Ayan, Zulkifli Chaniago. Z. Uniform. U.
This is going to take a couple minutes, but this is really important, guys, because I'm just saying words up here. You have to see this, and they're going to feel it. So while they're doing that, let me do another demonstration. Who is new here that has no pain in their body? Who's new? You're new? Right here, you're new. Come on, will you? Come on up. I'm going to show you something else. Okay.
Yeah.
Hey. We got to move faster. We got to move faster. You don't need the microphone, just do it. Okay. What's your name? Sean? All right. I'm going to show you guys something really fascinating. So let's say you're with somebody who doesn't have anything that hurts them. Okay? Can you all see me over here? So our bodies are functioning at a certain level, right? We all have a certain amount of balance. We have a certain amount of power, but we have a lot of potential to do more. Everybody does. Our bodies are functioning at a certain level given the amount of oxygen we have, the food we have in our body, the energy, all of it. But the body has a lot more potential than most people think, and I'm going to show you. Sean, I want you to do this. I want you to stand with your arms to your side. I want you to balance on one foot. Right? Now, once he balances, I'm going to push down on his arm. And I want you to see, you're going to resist me as hard as you can. Okay, I'm going to push down. Like you balance, go, balance. Stand like that with both arms out. Okay. Can you balance? All right, now I'm going to push down. Don't let me push you down. Watch what happens to him. Push up. You push up. Don't let, no. You push up. Ready? Push. Don't let me push you down. Okay, do it again. Ready? Go. You see his leg come? You see his leg comes down? Watch this. Now this is clear. It's clear, there's no smell. I'm putting it on my face. I'm putting it on my eyes. Come up here. So I'm putting it on my face. That's how safe it is. But you're going to put it on your throat and your neck. So I want you to just put it on both hands. Put it all the way around your throat and your neck. Okay. That's it. Exact. Watch this. Do the exact same thing. Arms out to the side. Just there. No, both arms. Everything the same. Lift your leg. Lift your leg and balance. You're resisting. You ready? Push up. Did you see his leg did not come down? Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you. I appreciate it. Give him a hand, will you? I'm going to give you an analogy. You walk into a room, and it's not very bright, and there's a light bulb, but it's not lighting the room enough. And you look and say, that bulb doesn't light this room enough, but I guess that's what it is. That's all there is. And so you're in the room, and you say, that's as good as it gets, right? That's as good as it gets. But then you notice on the wall there's a dimmer switch. And the dimmer switch is only halfway down. And you push the dimmer up, and the bulb had a lot more potential. It gets as bright as it could be, but you gave it the electricity it needed. This helps the cells connect and communicate. Your nerves, there's a nerve there called the vagus nerve. It affects everything. There's a lot more to this product than you can possibly fathom. Does everybody have the product?
Yes. Well, we all hear this course, so we can get back to the scene in line.
Yeah, maybe. Maybe we can just put them all in one section. Could you guys, maybe they can just sit right over there so it's easy for them to come back up? Okay, so remember what you're going to do. Everybody shake your tube really well first. Shake it up hard, really hard. And when you open it up, there'll be a little silver thing seal, and you're going to apply it. What are you going to do with it? You remember? 3 times in 5 minutes. You put it on 3 times in 5 minutes. So if your neck hurts, you put it on once, it's going to dry. You put it on again, it's going to dry. You put it on again, it's going to dry. Everybody got that? So put it on 3 times within 5 minutes.
Not wait for 5 minutes. So 0, you start the first application, a good amount, and then you don't feel it anymore, it's totally dry.
It's dry.
Apply a
Do it
second
again.
application, dry again, apply 3rd time. Within 5 minutes, already 3 times.
Yeah, about that. And in 10 minutes, I'm going to have you come, that's when I'm going to finish. In 10 minutes, you're walking back up here. And we've got the numbers. These numbers are all accurate, right?
Yes.
This is what you are now. We're going to see what you are in 10 minutes, okay?
So can you apply over that side where your empty
See, there's
seats
a bunch
over
of
there?
empty chairs. Just go sit
Start
over there and put
applying.
it on if you
We
can.
want
Thank
you to finish up the whole tube of gel. If you don't have enough, if it's not sufficient to do a 3rd time, ask us for another tube.
All right, these are the last things that I'm going to say about the SIA and the product. While they're doing that, when they come back up, watch what happens. Okay? So, the human cell needs more than signaling. The company has other products that are focused on the cell. They have incredible nutritional products. Oh my goodness, this thing is flying by. Oh, wow. Okay, you all don't have these products yet here, right? Okay, in April? Okay, we have these in the United States. These are other types of redox products. Can everybody hear me over there? Can you all hear me? You'll get this. I don't have time to go into this, I just don't. These are remarkable. They work differently. They're redox products. They're little packets. You put them in water or juice, and they're focused on specific things. If you have mind issues, like focusing problems. If this is not enough, if this doesn't do it all, by the way, what's the name of this product? ASEA, right? It's not Panacea. panacea is everything for everybody. It's not. This impacts everybody, but if it does not impact you enough, if you have memory problems or focusing problems, and this isn't enough, then use the mind. If you have mood problems, and you're much better with that, but you're not, you went from here to here, you want to be here, maybe you are with that, maybe you're not. Redox mood, redox energy. Does anybody know anybody that would like to lose weight? In the US, everybody needs to lose weight. But if you mix these two, I do that every day. The mind and the energy, I mix it in a bottle every day. I have a bad attention issue. I always have. As a child, I did. That was amazing. I added this, incredible. Plus, I lost my appetite as well. Lastly, the skincare line. You have the skincare here, right? Yeah. This is amazing. Raise your hand if you want to look younger, or want to look younger 5 years from now than you do now. Raise your hand if you like to. Okay. So just those people, just use this. Just use this. Don't use the cleanser, don't use the toner, don't use the serum, don't use the hydrating cream. Raise your hand if you'd like to look a lot younger in 5 years. And use the whole thing. Use the whole thing. Okay? I just, before I finish, I don't have to be up here when they come back up. I think, is Lazani coming up after me? Who's coming up? Who's coming up after me? Hey, Zinni. Zinni. Who's coming up after me? Are you coming up right after me? Come on up, come on up. So I want to get off the stage because I took too much time. I just want to state this, and maybe who's coming up after me, Lazani? Well, Zami can ask, and Laura, he can help with this, so I don't have, I want to get off the stage because I've been up here too long. You can ask this, people. Everybody putting on the gel over there, I'm just going to sit in the audience, I'm going to watch your faces when you line up and you state what you feel like, okay? Compared to these numbers that you were. But I just want to state, as I turn this back over to Zinni, is I hope and pray that everybody that's new here, that I answered your questions, that I got through to you. I hope and pray that for the new people. And for the people who were not new, I hope that I gave you a little bit more knowledge, and so you feel confident in this, so that you go out and you tell everybody about this. Most people in this room are not in my business. Very few people in this room are part of my organization. And it doesn't matter to me. The world needs to know about this. There are people who have given up hope. They've given up hope for so many things, for themselves, for their health, for their child, their parents. I'm not even talking about the business side of it, that making money. I'm talking about the health part of this. I'm not talking about the wrinkles. I'm not talking about the cellulite. I'm talking about health. And I hope that you take this seriously. And don't worry about the people that say no. We have training, we can teach you how to ask questions, so that most people would say, yeah, I really should look at this. I should look at this. And if they don't, ask them if they have anything in their body that hurts them, if they have any pain. Always carry this with you. Watch what happens with these people. You watch. Watch what happens. Okay? I'm not saying they're all going to go from an 8 to a 0, but you watch what happens, and you watch their face. So if a person says no and they say they don't have anything that hurts them, do you know what I do? I kick them in the leg. And I say, what's the pain now? But seriously, we have a gift, we have a great business opportunity. This is not just multi-level marketing. It's a biotech company that needs our help to get the word out. And it's not just being nice. We are being nice, but they pay us for it. They pay us for it. So I want to thank you all very, very much for coming. And I'm going to sit back and watch the rest of this.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, well again, a round of applause to Dr. Silverman. Alright, now we are going to take a toilet break of 10 minutes. Now is 11:18, so 11:28. Let's.
Wait, how many times have they had it on? How long has it been? How many times have you guys put it on? You got all 3 times? What time did we start? Who knows what time we started? How long has it been? Has it been 10 minutes? All right, come on up. Let's just do it. I'll do it real quick. I just love this part.
Alright, so we continue with Dr. David Silverman.
I'm sorry.
Okay, give us a few more minutes.
I know you got to go to the bathroom, but just wait because I won't see it. By the time they get all lined up, we'll see. Where's Laura?
Okay, go.
Has it been 10 minutes? It's been close, right? No? How long? Okay, let's just see. I don't know if it's been 10 minutes. I mean, I like to go 10 minutes. You're probably going to see something anyway, but let's just see. Well, the ladies, I think, are in the restroom putting it on. Is that what they're doing?
Yeah.
They couldn't. Sometimes they.
It's a personal area.
Yeah, we don't have people get naked to put it on, so they go into the ladies. Okay.
Okay, is Shariza here? Shariza? Yeah. Just now your left knee was a 2. And did you manage to finish most of the 2? Okay. Is it still 2? Feel alright, meaning 1, 0, 0.5, 0. 0. Kosong. Okay. Zulkifli was the Kelp, right? Kelp.
Now again, I don't know if it's been a full 10
Number
minutes.
5, Lima. Now can play soccer already, go for World Cup. 1, 1.
5 to 1.
Din, shoulders. Can apply some more. Yeah, bring down to 0. Din, shoulder.
There's no limit. The more you
4
do, the
is now
better.
is 2.
4 is a 2?
Did you finish your 2? Not yet? Not yet? Okay,
You,
continue.
those are small sample tubes. Use it all.
Yeah.
Because the big one,
It's only 10 ml. The big one is 90 ml.
yeah.
Okay, 1. What's the head? 1? 1? 1 become 1. Really? From 3 to 1. 3 to 1. Okay. Maggie. Maggie was the neck. Maggie's not back yet? Oh, Maggie is here. Neck. 4. Now what? Oh, Maggie. I'm so sorry. Maggie. Okay. And neck was 4. Now is 0.
0.
Minus 4.
Hold on. Are you surprised?
Shock. No.
Surprise maybe, shook, no.
Okay, very good. Lisa was the neck. From a 6 to a 1.
Wow.
Excited, shoulder and neck.
And if you're not better, stay you're not better, because it's not going to be everybody. Be honest.
Don't worry, he won't be hurt, okay?
I will not be hurt.
5 become a 3, okay? Keep applying. Did you apply the 3 times? Did you finish the whole tube?
Okay.
Almost? Okay, because you were distributing half for your fingers too, right? If you need, you get another 2. Okay. Chin, the back. From a 5 down to a 2. Did you finish up the whole tube? Not yet. Continue using it. Selva, lower back, 5.
Oh,
Still
you
5. Okay.
Did you use the whole tube? Yeah.
Okay.
Who was that? I couldn't see who was.
I am gonna
Do it again.
do it again.
One thing. If you do it and a person says there's no change, because what I see is 9 out of 10 people see a change. 9 out of 10. And if someone doesn't, they do it again, but they also put it around their throat and their neck, like I did on him as well, over the vagus nerve. So do it on both. It's a nerve there called the vagus nerve. It's called a wanderer. It means in Latin, it affects the whole body. So don't be disappointed if you put it on 100 people and 10 say nothing, but watch what happens to 90 out of 100. On average. Okay.
So maybe he's that 1. The 1 out of 10, right? Fatima, wrist. From 1. Okay. From a 4 down to a 1.
That's pretty good, right? So I'm telling you, it's the gift that the gel did not come out until 2014. The The company started in 2009. When the gel came out, we didn't know that it did this, but it's the way to open a closed mind. I don't go anywhere without it. So just want to thank you all very much.